What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Northgard. My name is Splattercat. Very happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And you guys wanted a second playthrough, so that's exactly what you gon' get. I did like this game. I found it to be enjoyable. I felt like it was kind of, I don't know, like a Village Manager's, like Banished meets Warcraft 3, and then they just like turn the speed up a little bit. And in fact, actually starting off the single player again, that's one thing that I would like to see become like adjustable. One thing I would very much like to see is actually the ability to slow down research victories, because I've played the game quite a bit now in my free time, and I've sort of found that the guy who always wins is the guy who rushes the wisdom victory, at least against the AI. I would love to actually slow that down or actually tailor what victories are okay, because sometimes I feel like fighting it out. Sometimes I feel like having like a full game. I do the same thing in Civ, where you know how you can change the victory criteria? It'd be cool to have those added in here, and I'm sure that's one of those things that they've already thought about before they make it happen. We're going to be playing the Clan of the Goat today. When it comes to surviving in dangerous conditions and building sturdy settlements, the Clan of the Goat has no rival. So our clan members will use less food. They start with sheep. They increase production bonuses of feasts to 30%. That's not too bad. And then we get free tools at 500. Ooh, that's pretty good too. Okay. Let's start the game on off. Let's get this thing moving. I'm excited to play today. All right. So now that we're back up and moving, how do we want to do our business? Well, we've got +9 to our food right now, our starting area. Looks like it's got room for 5 buildings. Not too bad. Normally it's like 4 in the starting area, isn't it? I don't know. Let's get a scout camp rocking. I'd like to have that built as soon as possible. In addition, we probably want to get a woodchopper's hut done sooner rather than later. We may have to move the woodchopper's hut as time goes along, simply based on the fact that sometimes you have, like, it's just like playing Civ in a lot of ways, where sometimes you have a resource in a neighboring colony area, and it's just better. Like, if you get 20 to 30% bonus to your wood chopping in this area instead of this area, why wouldn't you get after it? We need to be as good at getting wood as we can possibly be in this game. That's how we want to square away with our business. That's how we want to make it happen. That's how we want to make it pop. And then the final thing that we're going to want to craft is we're going to want to make a house here today. If we don't make a house, it's going to be a little bit rough, because our pop cap, the one thing you want to avoid 100% is you want to make sure that you never have population that's just stalled out due to the pop cap. If it stalls out due to happiness, there's not a lot you can do about that, because sometimes you just don't have the resources necessary in order to, like, sometimes you just don't have the resources necessary in order to bang out a building right now, and you've got to wait a little bit. You can't help that. But in other situations, you just don't want it to be stuck for the pop cap at all, because houses are reasonably cheap and really, really easy to build, so you might as well get in on it. So far, we haven't seen a whole lot of enemies that are interested in murdering us. I'm going to take one of these guys. How long do we have till our next villager? 38 days. Not too long till our next villager, but we probably want to get cracking with the scouting too. So let's send him out. He's just going to scout till he dies, and then once he dies, we'll just not worry about it. I actually don't put a whole lot of value in scouting, in all fairness, because in a lot of situations like this right here, we could actually capture this with a scout and get a whole bunch of free stuff. The thing is, we have to have the area colonized first, I think. And so, you know, if you're not planning on colonizing an area, you're not going to keep scouts around and have them eating food and generally just consuming resources just to get that over there. Although if you can capture one of these early on in the game, it'll give you a huge infusion of gold and also of fame, I think. You get like 200 gold and like 100 wood and then like some fame for doing it. So it's something to think about. Something to think about as an objective if you wanted to go after the fame victory. You're probably going to want to do a lot of explorations, probably going to want to do a lot of lair destructions. You're probably going to be invading your neighbors a lot too in order to deny them their resources so that they can't win a research victory while you're still trying to run around and get soldiers moving, you know? We are sitting at 5 out of 10 right now. It looks like if we're going to get attacked by wolves, it's going to be through this map right here. Little bit of a bummer. I was actually hoping, I find that like when I start the game out, I always feel like there's lots and lots of mobs around, whereas I feel like the AI always starts in reasonably peaceful areas. It might be the case. It might just be an observational bias. I don't know. You're stuck on a tree, bro. Here, go over there and do your thing. He's lucky I caught that, because I've actually had scouts get stuck in the trees for like an hour before I noticed. I'm like, why is none of my map... Oh, God. None of my map is showing up because the scout is just rubbing his face against a tree trunk. Fantastic. Well done, scout. Well done. Give me a second wood chopper, please. Now that we got a few more people doing their thing, food should be fine for the first year. I'm not going to concern myself with it too heavily. We are going to get attacked from wolves by this on the left. It's just going to happen, and there's not going to be a whole lot that we can do about it. I'm trying to find a wide open place that I can actually colonize first, so that I can take some of these guys, turn them into soldiers. They can go kill the wolves off. We can colonize this. We can steal that spot for the wood bonus. And also, there's a bunch of sheep over here. The sheep are always useful because you can actually make them into makeshift farms, which are pretty cool. That's going to count as a... it's a treasure hive. Well, we could colonize this right now. It's an option. What'll that hold? 3? Yeah, let's colonize it. Let's make this ours, although we do have Draugr on the neighboring areas, so there's the chance that we might get attacked. But there's a whole bunch of bonus stuff over here. I'm going to send the scout in because it's a freebie. We might as well have him explore this right now. I don't think there's any downside to having him hit this early so that we can get the gold infusion. And actually, I don't think I've ever done the tomb before. I've done the shipwrecks before, and I've done one of the other ones before, but I don't think I've done the tomb. Are our scouts any good at combat? Oh, they deal 3 damage. Look at that. I had no idea. Scouts apparently can throw down. He's going to die. Fantastic. We got invaded by a wolf. Well, you guys are going to have to go over to here to protect that. You don't have a choice, so get over there, kill the wolf real fast, and then we need to make a military. I'm going to focus on making a military nice and early so that I can defend myself a little bit better. You guys go back. This can have 3 buildings inside of it. We can also get our research cracking early if we stick him over here onto the seer stone right here. But what we're going to want is we're going to want a mine right here, seer stone, so that leaves us with... I'm going to say a training camp is a really, really good idea. Like, we should probably do this just to protect ourselves. And then I'll move one of these guys over here to handle that. Because why not? Happiness is at 2, which is great because we just took new territory. We lost a scout, so our happiness, that's why it's at 2, is because we lost one of our guys. Our scout should be able to come back and get shit done over here. In fact, I'm going to get somebody on it right now. There we go. You get back down here, get assigned to there. I may actually just assign 1 soldier to combat duty. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to get hit from this direction. I was thinking we were going to get hit from this direction by wolves, not the other way. And as soon as he's done with that, that should give us a bunch of cash to spend in order to play catch up a little bit and make our lives a little bit easier. If you're wondering what I'm doing over here, I'm probably going to build a sheep pen over here in a little bit. After we get rid of the scout camp, maybe. Just to sort of square that away. How long for this world are we with our villagers? We've got 3 villagers over here. They are all looking for food at the moment. 2 of them are chopping, so our wood supply is going to be set up for next year very, very nicely. Hopefully he gets that finished off before winter, because I don't know if you know this, but it's very, very difficult to plunder tombs with cold fingers. Cold fingers make the tomb plundering quite a bit more stressful. And you know what, sir? Since you're already over here... Oh, it's not done yet. Okay, once it is done, you're just going to be a soldier. You're going to be a soldier, a roller. I thought I told you. Gonna mold you. There we go. So we now have a soldier. It cost us a little bit of cash, but we should be able to relocate him to wherever we need him to go in order to protect our territory, so we're not constantly worrying about wolves invading and just ruining everything for us. Because that sucks. They are quite invasive in this game. They are super invasive and kind of nasty and a pain in the ass to deal with. I may also put a healer's hut over here and a mine, I think, are going to be the 2 other things that I'm going to strongly consider putting over here. We have military units, too, which apparently is making them happier. Great. That sounds awesome. The higher our happiness is, the faster we produce new villagers, and that's actually going to be a race that you want to win when you're playing this game. I'm going to suggest that they put in another house in this territory. I think I can command my sheep to go to neighboring areas so we can hold those in escrow. So, we got 50 research inside there, and we got 100 gold coins. Not bad at all. I'm going to have him actually explore this little area right here because I want to know. We are going to do... Let's get sharp... we've got enough wood. Let's get crowns moving first. We got to get money kind of percolating and sitting around. Now then. We've got several villagers over here. I'm trying real hard to make sure that we don't miss. Yeah, good. We're going to be all right on this side. Should be able to keep producing new villagers for some time. We got 5 over here. Well, let me have 1 from over here. You're going to come get on the seer stone. If you don't know what the seer stones do, they're a specialized building that don't take up Q. So basically, they don't count as one of your 3 buildings. But they produce extra research, which, if you watch... that'll pop up to 6. If you can get research going early on in the game and get like a research advantage over everybody else, it will work out fantastically well for you. He finished scouting over here. It looks like it's a dead end, but it does have A 20 stone mine, a 30 stone mine. Okay, territory is under attack. Go ahead and move him over to here to help out. And now is going to be the time that I would strongly suggest maybe we take on another soldier. Maybe even a third soldier if we're thinking about reassigning him. I'm going to hit this territory right here. Well. Oh, it's because we're going into winter. I was going to say, it looks like we're readjusting our stats right now. Bummer. What we need over on this side is we're going to need a healer's hut on this side. Healer's huts will heal anybody that's adjacent too, so you don't need to put it like in a specific zone or anything like that. You've just got to have a little bit of extra space for it. We may have to wait until our next villager comes up because we do have a pretty serious... Oh, good. I mean, we've got good stuff going on right now. I can live with it. I can absolutely live with it. When this next villager pops out, I don't know if I want to assign him to be a warrior or if I want to assign him to be a healer. We got to heal some people. That much is just the truth. Like, it just has to happen. We just had another villager pop out. Bring him on over here. That influx of gold allows us to have a military earlier on in the game. And having a military that's ready to bounce is actually really, really good. Bounce. There you go. Send them over there to deal with these wolves so that we no longer have invasions coming from this map. There are no dens on this map, which is really, really good. There you go. Slaughter those and make sure they're not messing with us anymore. We've already hit research 2, which is actually pretty incredible for this point in the game. I'm going to go erudition so that we keep our lore advantage. We've seized a very, very early lore advantage, and I think that's going to be the key to our victory as we go forward. You, sir, come over here and create the healer's hut because we got lots of people who need healing. Puts us at a -8 for food. We're about halfway through winter, but we're about to produce another one that'll drop it down to like 7-ish. So yeah, we'll be all right with our 3 military units. On this side, it's going to cost us 40 to claim that territory right there. Would not recommend it right now. We don't really have enough food to last the winter, let alone take on any new deficits. And so what I'll try to do is I'll try to conquer it next time we're positive on food, and then I'll send this scout over here. He will get us even further resources, which will be really, really great. It'll be something to look forward to. Please don't get attacked. If you get attacked, I'm going to be very upset with you. All right. So he'll chill over here. He's going to heal a warrior first. And that's that one that he's working on because he's already 90% healed or whatever. If you ever get the opportunity to do any of the bonus research that makes you heal people like 200, 300% faster, it is worth looking into. It's not a bad research, actually, if you're planning on doing a lot of combat, because they've designed the combat in this game to actually purposefully damage your characters over the long term. It can take almost half a season to heal a guy. That's to keep you from constantly running blitzkrieg games. That's actually, I think, the intended focus is to keep you from building soldiers and rushing people hella fast because you take damage that you just can't heal. Like, you just can't get rid of it. And so getting that 200%, 300% bonus to your healing, pretty dope if you've been accumulating the boo-boos and you're not feeling so good lately. We're at 13 out of 15 right now. 5 villagers chilling on this side. I do think as soon as winter's over, we're going to have to colonize this over here. So winter's done. We're up to a +2 now. My suggestion would be that we get a sheep field on this side. We need food. And so let's go ahead and we're going to colonize that. It's going to take us a couple seconds to get that moving. Once this scout has finished right here, I'm going to bring him back and he's going to scout this wreck over here because that's going to give us a big influx of food and gold. We survived to a new year. We're doing pretty well right now. Our score as far as our fate goes isn't hurting. Isn't hurting. We're positive on food. We're positive on wood. Wood being the more important between the two because you can always build more food-bearing buildings, but you can't always get more wood rapidly. Can be a bit of a challenge. You get up here and start scavenging as soon as possible. We are almost capped out. That was one of the reasons why I actually colonized this over here. We need more houses. And so let's send one of our villagers over here to help out with the building. We are right on the edge of hitting pop cap, and my best hope is that he's able to finish off this house before our next villager arrives. I think he will be able to so that we're not wasting our time. The wounds that have accumulated, he's healing himself. Warriors are back out and doing combat, so good. That means that we are thoroughly defended right now. He's working on healing another warrior, but he's going to have his job set out for him into the future. We got new research, so we want to take use of that. Let's go... sharp axes so that we can get to cooking mastery. Food is still on the decline, so we are going to have to fix that sooner rather than later, and that's going to be done with a sheepfold. I'm going to put a sheepfold in right there. If you've ever tried to fold a sheep, they don't fold so well, but once you get them folded, they're amazingly compactable. What this does is these sheep normally make you consume less food. Well, you put the sheep inside of a sheepfold, they help you produce more food, and you can upgrade these so that later on, they've got little bonuses and things. We've got access to many, many, many more villagers. So we'll just keep that. Portals leading to Helheim have opened. So there's one right there. But the rest of our territory appears to be more or less unscarred by the invasions of the undead, so we should be alright. I'm hoping that at some point he will stop healing warriors and heal himself, because he's definitely more wounded than I like for him to be. There's no Helheim portals over here, which is great. We're about to get a bunch of something from right there. Sheepfold is about to be super useful. 2 of them can fit inside of here until you upgrade it, and then 3 sheep can go inside of here. So there it is. You can see that that gave us a big boost to our food production. This area is mostly empty. There's not a whole lot of stuff we can do with this area, so I'll probably use it mostly for food production and sheep usage. I may also, we got 200 wood and 100 gold from that. Go ahead and research that right there so that I can plan on capturing that so that maybe I can get those sheep. But for right now, I'm trying to keep my food popping because our food supply is actually pretty low at the moment, and I'd like for it to be better than it is right now. Aside from that, with the portal to Helheim on this side, the final building that we probably want to erect is we probably want to get a mine going right here. And so there it is. Mine's already in Kraken. We've got 6 villagers over on this side. That actually, it's a really, really efficient building, the sheep buildings. So what I would suggest is that you tailor your economy around sheep if you've got the sheep advantage. Use sheep as much as possible in order to generate your food, and don't worry about getting farmsteads. Don't worry about getting farmsteads if you can help it. On this side we got swampland, so we definitely don't want to take that because swampland is garbage. It's not useful. Basically, you can't build a lot of buildings here, and the buildings that do fit tend to be kind of like... An unknown clan has found a wyvern's den. Well, I wish them luck. That's not going to be a building they're going to be able to use anytime soon, so screw it. I could send a military over here to fight with the wolves and reclaim these sheep for me so that I could have a second sheep pen, which would basically solve our food problems for the rest of the playthrough. Give me mining efficiency, please. Because we are going to work our way over. You are now a quarryman. Have fun with that. We're going to produce a lot more from this, actually. This is going to be a much better building for us by nature of the fact that we've already taken that research. Healer, how you doing over here? You're working on yourself now? Fantastic. Absolutely great. 3 wolves over there. We are going to have to deal with that at one point or another. For right now, let's just start stacking up. We can only do 2 buildings over here, but we could do a hunting lodge over here. That would help out a lot with food. A lot with food. And then I could also put a tavern over here, a brewery. So it comes down to, do I want a hunting lodge or do I want sheep? The sheep would actually add up better because then I could have 3 sheep farms. 2 more sheep farms. So I think taking this would be a better choice. This, however, I wouldn't have to fight for with a Helheim gate about to be here. So maybe we'll take it all. I don't know. We'll get what we can get while we can get it. How about that? Colonize over here. Then we will build a hunting lodge. Because we are super flush. Like ridiculous flush on wood right now. So we'll drop that in right there. We could organize a feast, but I don't know if I want to right now. I don't know if I want to. Hunter's Lodge will get built. We'll send a couple of people over here to handle that and actually make it work. Put 2 hunters on there. And then the other thing that I'd be interested in doing is as we accumulate stone, I'm going to upgrade our longhouse to rank 2. Once the longhouse is rank 2 with the 10 stone, I will build myself a brewery over here, which will pop our happiness up to 4 or 5 so that we can keep our population moving upwards in a well-greased and oiled fashion. Trying to keep it cracking for right now. That actually got 10 added to it. No, it didn't. They just get more efficiency. They get more efficiency. Got 1 happiness for the moment. We're sitting on 7 villagers right here. You go ahead and become a miner just so we can get rid of that stone faster so that I can get this building taken care of. As soon as you... Oh, that's a woodcutter. Why are you woodcutting? I didn't want the woodcutter. I wanted that guy. There we go. I grabbed the wrong person out from behind a building on accident. Grabbed the wrong person. We'll try to take this place next. As soon as my warrior's done healed up, we'll attack those wolves over there, kill them off. And I think this will probably cost us 100 to colonize. But I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. From there, we'll probably want to take this area with ore, because ore allows you to improve your tools, which makes whatever you put it on 15% more efficient. We have a Draugr tomb over there, which is worth a whole bunch of fame if we can knock it over. Oh, shit. Here. Run away. You guys go handle that. I didn't realize I had an extra villager over here doing jack shit nothing. Well, you go be a hunter then, and you go be a hunter, and our food should be really, really, really good from here on in. Like, our food should be solid. We've got one more villager before we stall out, but that should put us pretty much at, like, plus 12. So, yeah, that's really, really good. We'll let that ride throughout the winter. I don't know if we'll have a deficit or not. Our scout was hurt. Okay. We do have a lot of wounds right now, and that's going to cost us happiness, unfortunately. I'm going to go with Industrious, which allows an extra person to be working at a food building. If you have it, that counts for sheep as well. So you can send sheep over here. You can now have... Oh, no, you can't. Never mind. So I could have an extra hunter, though, I think. I can't? Well, then that was a pointless research. Oh, if they are upgraded. If they are upgraded. Okay, that's going to be the hitch. That's going to be the hitch. So we have 2 buildings over here that we could build. Do I have 10 stone yet? I do. I have 20, actually. Let's go ahead and upgrade our longhouse. In upgrading the longhouse, that's going to allow us to jump straight into a brewery. We're still living off the coin that we plundered from those 2 locations, which sounds bad, but it's actually a good thing. It's actually a good thing. Normally you have a coin shortage at this point, and it can become a huge pain in the ass. Go build that building real fast. Do that for me. These guys out here getting food and doing their thing. And then I'm also going to upgrade this one, even though it's going to cost me some gold. There it is, so that I can put the extra sheep inside of here. And that'll bump my food up to plus 14, and pretty soon we should have enough to start feasting like every single time we need just a little boost in resources. So yeah, we're in a really, really solid spot right now. I do think this playthrough, if it goes wrong, I'll be surprised. I will see you all in the next episode of Northgard. Thanks for stopping on in, everybody. I appreciate you taking the time to support me here on the channel. If you've got the time, check out the Patreon. It's a great way to make sure that my videos don't go anywhere. And aside from that, there's going to be a Patreon-selected Viewer's Choice series coming up pretty soon, where for a weekend, you know, every month I play a game that people have always wanted to see me play for an hour or so. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on in. Hi, do everybody.